Thank you. Happy Father's Day. Yes. Yay. I promised I would talk to you about the energy of the Father today, because we've talked about the energy of Mother at Mother's Day. The energy of Mother is that nurturing, accepting, encouraging kind of thing. The energy of Dad, the energy of Father, is one of protection and one of leadership. Whether you had a really, really good dad, or you had an absent dad, or you had somebody that was not even worthy of the title dad, when we become adults, it's our turn to take on that role and make decisions for ourselves. It's that decision-making process that makes us leaders of our own life. We no longer have to be told what to do. Hello? We no longer have to be told what to do. We have that inner guidance, that inner instruction, that inner will that chooses for us. In theory. There's the rub. Well, you know, when we were doing the drumming, we acknowledged the different directions. If one's moral compass that one acquires from their parents is off, we'll not align ourselves to the truth. It's like you have a compass, it's a true north. It'll always point to true north. If we've learned that love is painful, or love is filled with chaos, or love is an aspect of abandonment, we're always going to point in that direction because it's familiar. It's not true north, but it's familiar. And until we can change who we are and get into that space that knows and understands that truth about love and life or any subject, we're going to make decisions or create environment where those kinds of things are brought to us so we can learn. Keep getting abandoned? There's an abandonment issue in your life. So this is time for a self-introspection to look and see what being there for yourself looks like. Because if you're there for yourself, then you can be present in your own life, and then someone will be present in your life. Does that make sense? Does that make sense? But here's the deal. Because our moral compass can sometimes get skewed and not be true north. Which way is true north? Anybody know? That way? That way. Everybody's pointing a different direction. And so it is. Thank you for making my point for me. So your true north, or your truth, is your truth. That doesn't make it right or wrong, good or bad. It's just that's where you are right now. Aligning your truth to the truth that is a universal truth will give you better results in your life. There are lots of truths in the good book that are universal truths, the big T truths. One of them is true for me as a big T truth might not be true for you as a big T truth. A big T truth for me is Jesus is the Son of God. And he is my hero. I just think he's the coolest thing ever. That may not be your truth. You may see it as a little truth, meaning that it's true for me, but you can acknowledge that it's a true for me, but it doesn't have to be your truth. It's my truth. But there is a universal truth that I want to share with you today. And that is You shall know the truth, and the truth shall set you free. Okay? When we know that truth, that moral, universal truth about who we are, what we're all about, what life is all about, then all that skewed energy of how life has conditioned us to be at this moment dissipates. Because up until then, we're either complying or we're rebelling. You either comply with what other people tell you to do because that makes you feel safe. That's the father energy. That's the male parent energy, is to bring us protection and safety. And the other side to that coin is either we comply to feel safe, or like Phil said in the readings today, we can be defiant because it gives us a sense of power. Oh, I'm going to do it my way. Well, your way is just a reaction. It's not really your truth anyway, and it doesn't feel good. And both complying and rebelling take tremendous amount of energy. They're exhausting. Been there, done that. It takes effort to walk a sacred path. But when we walk a sacred path, it's effortless. So let me rephrase that for you. If somebody tells you, you should do blah, 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 well, maybe that's the right thing to do. So can we get out of ourselves and say, well, my truth is I was going to do that anyway. And you let go of their opinion of that. And you walk your truth. You walk your sacred path. You're taking on that inner authority and that inner ability to make yourself safe. You don't have to be reactionary. I don't have to be reactionary. We can just do the deal. Had an interesting thing happen to me the other day. Maybe this happens to you, I don't know. I was washing clothes, and as I was taking clothes out of the washer and putting them in the dryer, I realized that someone had left a tissue in their pocket. That person shall not be named, but it probably was me. And normally I would react to that in self-loathing and stupid, and I thought you checked those pockets, or I would have heaped recrimination on some other member of the family. Interesting thing happened. I just looked, oh look, there's little fragments of tissue everywhere. And as I would shake a piece of clothing out, more would fall. And it was wonderful to be able to say, it happens. I'm not perfect. Who knew? And so I picked up all the little pieces and cleaned out all the little pieces out of the washing machine. Lo and behold, when I opened the dryer, out came more, because I hadn't gotten it all. But it was okay. I didn't need to be a victim about that. Because when we play that victim role, we set ourselves up to step out of this pattern of being able to have self-authority. If I react to something, I'm no longer in that space of self-authority. What I am is I'm reacting. Now this self-authority takes us out of that game that we can play. And often the game is three-sided. Victim, rescuer, persecutor. When we go into the victim, oh, somebody left tissue in their pocket. I have to clean it up. It's not fair. That's very defeating. The energy just sucks the life out of us. And then we can move into the rescuer, which is, I'll always have to check all the pockets forever. No one else can do it but me. And it must be done. I'm the one that must do that. Or move into the persecutor. Phil! You left tissues in your pocket again! So, but by being a self-authority, I can bypass all of that. I don't have to be any of those victim, rescuer, persecutor. I just don't play that game. And here's the deal. When we play the game victim, rescuer, persecutor, all of that, we move into a space that is limiting energetically. Because you can only be a victim so long. And then to make yourself feel better, you have to rescue somebody. And then, of course, they're never appreciative enough. So then we have to move into the persecutor to make ourselves feel better. And then, of course, people don't like a persecutor. So then we're victim again. And you go around the triangle again and again and again. It's like playing football in a tennis costume. You're gonna get hurt. Stop playing the game. Stop playing the game. Have that self-authority. So what's your truth? If we can find that the truth is, then we walk a sacred path. If you walk a sacred path, then nothing messes with you. Somebody might think, oh, you're just being compliant. But if you're walking a sacred path, it's okay. Somebody might think, well, you're just doing that because. If you're walking your sacred path, whatever. Doesn't matter anymore because you're walking your truth. So here's the hard part. If we're all screwed up, and we are, and we're not aligned to true north, the true north of our own soul, how do we find the truth? How do you find the truth? Well, that's a tricky thing. Unless, of course, it's not. The truth lies deep within. And the truth lies is surrounded by the universal truth that you are a sacred being of light. And that your divine purpose is to bring love, light, and compassion to this world. If I'm walking my sacred path and somebody's messing up over here, I don't have to jump on their path and fix their world because I'm walking my path. If they ask for help, I can reach out and help them up. But it's not my job to walk their path. And I can't just sit down on my path and... Well, I can. Sure you Sometimes can. You do it for a little while, and then you pick yourself up and go, now wait, that's not my truth. The universal truth, that big T truth, that you are a precious being of light, a sacred being of light, transcends whatever is going on in your world. And from that true north perspective, that's where you're going to be. You will be able to follow the next right thing, you'll be able to make wise choices, and you'll be able to know what your truth is. So if you're doing something to make somebody else happy or to please someone else, there's times when that's important. Can't always have our way. But that's called voluntary selflessness. That's not being a victim. You're not weak. Stop playing the game. You're powerful when you're aligned to that truth, that universal truth. And aligned to that universal truth, you're unstoppable. And the truth will tell you where you want to go, and you're free of all the other games that are out there. The drama doesn't affect you anymore. Drama at work, drama in the family. It's like, just like seeing all those tissue pieces. Oh, look, there's drama again. I don't have to get spun up about it. I could just do my part and pick it up. I don't have to feel guilty because there's tissues on the floor. I can just let it be. I don't have to react to that. And I don't have to get angry at myself or anyone else. Just take it as it comes. Oh, look at that. And when we can just, oh, hey, look at that, we have aligned ourselves to the true north, and in that space, that's when divine guidance comes. How cool is that? Because if we're worrying about whether we're making somebody happy or unhappy, or trying to make somebody unhappy or trying to make somebody happy, whatever that looks like. When we can let that go, there's this essence of grace that comes to us. And that's a universal truth. You get to have that. You get it. It's yours. And all it takes is aligning to the universal truth, to the true north of who you really are. And then you'll be guided. And it doesn't matter if you know what the next right step is, because it'll be revealed. You don't have to know the end result, because the end result is going to reflect that you are a precious child of light. If that's your truth, you can't help but align your life to that. If that's my truth, I can't blow it. Thank God. Maybe there's momentary times when, I really wished I'd not lost my temper or whatever. But generally speaking, if I'm aligned to that truth, that true north, I will always be in this track that gets me where I want to go. So I want to walk us through a guided meditation. And in this guided meditation, hey Phil, would you bring me a glass of water, please? Or a cup of water, or water, whatever. Thank you, dear. In this guided meditation, I want to walk you into a place where you can align yourself to your truth. So take a deep breath in and exhale. Take another deep breath in and exhale. And on this third deep breath in, exhale and close your eyes gently if you've not already done so. And just be in this moment. Allow yourself to breathe naturally. And know that finding your truth is the most natural thing you will ever do. And you have the power to do it. Bring your attention to the bottoms of your feet. There's energy portals there. And if you become aware of them, they will open like the eye of a camera. And as they open, anything that does not align with this truth can just be discarded, dismissed, released, and release it into the earth. The earth is huge. It can handle the energy that you let go of. It's just energy. It's neither right or wrong, good or bad, it just is. So let it go. And now bring your attention to the top of your head. There's an energy portal there. And that energy portal will open your willingness to connect with the universal truth. There are many portals over the top of your head. And with your intent, you will access the energy portal that is just right for you. You may perceive a color. You may perceive an energy. You may perceive a light. Whatever feels right for you in this moment is what is right for you in this moment. Receive that connection with gratitude. And allow that living light of love, whatever color you may perceive or combination of colors you perceive, allow that to flow into your mind. The mind becomes conditioned by life experiences. The mind becomes conditioned by other people's opinions and attitudes. The mind becomes conditioned by our own self-doubt and self-unworthiness. None of those things are true. Let them go. Let the truth of that living light of love fill you and bring into your mind the awareness that you are in fact a precious child of light. letting more and more light flow into your body. Let it touch your third eye, your discernment centers, the occipital lobes in the back of your head. Let it touch your face, your tongue, your ears, your throat. This enables you to be able to perceive that others have their truth. And whether it's your truth or not, you can allow it to be what it is. You don't have to fix anybody. You don't have to convert anybody. You don't have to change anyone's mind. That's God's job. You're certainly welcome to share your opinion. And obviously, your opinion has value and can bring great assistance and caring to people. So allow that truth to generate that loving compassion. And bring more and more light into your heart space now. And allow your heart space to align to the truth that you are connected to Divine Source. You are a product of Divine Source. You are an expression of Divine Source. You get to be human. You get to make mistakes. And yet within those mistakes is this perfection of love and light that you know, you're aware of. Let that living light flow into your arms and into your hands, and know that what you do is an expression of that love. Letting more and more love and light flow in through your body, through your legs, through your feet, down into the earth. So there is more love pouring through you than any disharmonic energy you may have let go up to this point. Let that energy flow through you. Feels good to be a conduit of love and light. That's what you came here to do. This is one way to express that, to experience that, to fulfill that purpose. Now close the bottoms of your feet and let's take a little journey. Allow yourself to find yourself in a sacred place, wherever that might be for you. Perhaps it's at the ocean. Perhaps it's in the mountains. Perhaps it's in your own backyard. Perhaps it's out in space. Whatever feels right to you, you'll be drawn to a place that feels sacred to you. In this sacred space, you will be met by a figure who has a gift for you. Perhaps it's a spirit animal. Perhaps it's Jesus. Perhaps it's an angel or a spirit guide. Know that you will be met here by someone or something that has a divine message for you that will help you to align to the truth of who you really, 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 really are. Perhaps you'll receive that as a word, or a thought, or a feeling, or some symbolic object. Receive that now. Open your heart and receive that with gratitude. Even if you don't understand what the symbolism might be, just receive. Now be very aware of that sense of gratitude within yourself. It's deep in your core. Allow that gratitude to come to the surface. Gratitude and appreciation. Even if you don't understand what it's all about, it's okay. That's a brain function. This is a heart function. Heart function doesn't have to know. It just is. Allow that gratitude to help you create either a word or a thought or a feeling or some symbolic object that you will give back as a gift of gratitude. Allow that gratitude to help you create that and offer that as a gift of gratitude to this being that has come to be of service to you. And with the exchange of those gifts, now look at that being and see the light of love in their eyes for you. So much love. And be willing. Allow yourself to be willing to begin to add even more love for yourself. And to recognize that the love that you bring in and acceptance that you bring in gives you the ability to love and accept others with compassion and deep caring. Not to fix them, not to make their world okay, but to walk a sacred path. Now there may be some issue in your life right now that maybe you don't exactly know what to do. You don't know what you're supposed to be doing right now or what would be right for you. Spiritual energy will never tell you what you're supposed to do or what you should do. But it can give you guidance about an issue. And here's a tool that will help you with that. In your heart space, hold the concept of what you think your next step is. If you feel that same loving energy that you felt from that divine being that loves you so much, then that's your truth. If you didn't, then look deeper, because perhaps there's another influence here that isn't for your highest and best good. Then hold a new thought in your heart space and see how that feels for you. Do this as many times as necessary, because the truth is there. The truth is a harmonic that registers and rings true with this truth that you are a precious child of light. Now it's time for us to leave this place and come back into the here and now. So express your gratitude to this being of light that has come to serve you. Say thank you. Say goodbye. They can walk with you, but we're leaving them in this mind space for now. And allow yourself to find your way back into this room, into this time and space, into your body. Might want to stretch a little bit. Wiggle your fingers, wiggle your toes. And welcome back. Thank you.